Did I see that? I saw Hannah, I think, came in. Hi, Hannah. Hi, Aaron. All right, so I think we are going to go ahead and get started. I explained to everybody else, I'm videotaping with my phone and I'm using my computer so I can see everybody. So it's got me a little wonky, but you'll have to bear with me a little bit as I get through this challenge of technology. Anyhow, welcome. Welcome to my first Zoom. I'm going to come back over to my Mac. So thank you so much for sharing some time with me today. I've been a little nervous to do Zoom. I've done some videos with Ann, if you've seen, but I wanted to see everybody's face and kind of get back on the mat with the crowd. I'm excited to get people back into the studio. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. So let's start out in child's pose. So let's bring the soles of the feet together, the toes touch, the knees come out wide, and then we'll just start walking the hands forward. If your hips are a little tight this afternoon, you can bring the knees together and just fold over. You can also use your fists as a support, whatever you need for today. And just softly close your eyes or just soften your gaze. Take a moment to arrive on your mat. So we'll all take a cleansing breath together, taking an inhale through the nose. And then open your mouth and take a nice exhale. One more cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And just settle in. Turning your focus inward, noticing the sensations in the body. Maybe taking a moment to notice the beat of your heart, sending up some gratitude for that. And then let's settle into our breath. So bringing the breath down into the belly, so that when you inhale, the belly expands, the ribs expand, and on your exhales, the navel draws towards the spine. Coming into some diaphragmatic breathing. Starting to even out the breath, making your inhales and your exhales the same length. So if you're inhaling for 5, you want to exhale for 5. Coming to a nice, smooth, continuous breath, where the inhale seamlessly flows into the exhale, back to the inhale, exhaling. Turning the mind's eye to the breath as it flows gently through the body. Inhaling new energy and new life, and exhaling what no longer serves you. So I pulled an affirmation card for our practice today. I thought it was very appropriate. It's patience. I think we're all being very patient right now. Patience is my power. I am patient. I am calm. I am forgiving. I take a deep breath and I trust that everything will always work out in divine timing. I am patient. So taking a few moments, I know we're all being patient with a quarantine, but maybe there were some other times today that you were patient, that you exercised patience. Taking a moment to reflect on that. And then we'll go ahead and set an intention for our practice. practice. So you can find something positive to focus on. It can be an intention of just being present and aware on your mat, staying in this moment. It can be an intention of patience or an intention of gratitude that we can spend this time together this afternoon. And then we'll go ahead and seal that intention with a cleansing breath. So take an inhale through the nose again. Exhaling through the mouth. This time on your exhale, let's all sigh it out. So take a nice inhale. Sigh it out, exhale. And really let it go. So from our child's pose, we're going to make our way into a tabletop. So taking our time to get there, in tabletop, we want to stack the shoulders over the wrists and the hips over the knees. We come to a nice neutral spine, and make sure that your feet are parallel to each other. Don't have them splaying out. Make sure that they're parallel to each other. And then making our way into some cat-cows. Let's inhale, drop the belly and look up. Exhaling, we round the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, drop the belly and look up. Exhale, round. Let's go through a few more cat-cows at your own breath. One more round of cat-cow. And then we make our way back to neutral spine. So from our tabletop, we're going to move into gate pose. So let's take that right foot, extend it straight behind you, and then we're going to swing it out so that the right foot and the left knee are parallel with each other. Let's plant that left hand, and we're going to inhale your right arm up, opening the chest. Nice big stretch, welcoming yourself to your practice today. Put a smile on your face. And then maybe start winding out the wrists. And then don't forget to switch directions. And then coming back to stillness, take a nice inhale. And then exhale, bring your right hand down. So we're still in gate. We're going to take the right foot and we're going to swing it behind us to the back left corner of the mat, and then look over your left shoulder, making a C shape with your body. Breathing into this nice side body stretch. Bringing the gaze forward first, and then drawing that right knee in. So we'll repeat that same sequence on the left. So let's first take the left foot straight back, and then swing the left foot over to the left side of your mat so that your left foot, your right knee are parallel with each other. Plant the right hand, and we'll inhale the left arm up. Again, nice big stretch, opening up. And then you have that same opportunity to wind that left wrist. You might be doing some computer work at home. Wind out the wrist. And then coming back to stillness, take a nice inhale. Exhale, we're going to bring the left hand down. We're going to take the left foot, swing it to the back right corner of the mat, looking over your right shoulder, stretching into that left side body. Bringing the head back to neutral first, and then draw that left knee in. From here, we'll make our way to thread the needle. So extend your right arm out, palm facing down. We'll inhale, lift. Exhale, thread that right hand underneath the left arm. Bring your right cheek to the mat and extend your left arm out in front of you, coming up onto spider fingers. Coming back to the breath. Nice shoulder stretch here. And of course, you always have the option to bind here, so you can bring that left arm behind you, peel the left shoulder open. Again, coming back to the breath. If you have the bind, release it. And then we'll all plant into that left hand and make our way back to our tabletop. Moving to the other side, let's extend the left arm out, palm facing down. Inhale, take a nice big stretch, and then exhale, thread the left arm underneath the right, left cheek to the mat, right arm extends out long. Taking that time to find the breath, enjoying your stretch. And then you have that option to bind, bring the right arm behind you, peel your right shoulder open, gaze up at the ceiling. If you're in the bind, release it. We're all gonna press back up and we will meet in tabletop. From tabletop, we're gonna make our way into our first down dog. So we're gonna curl the toes under, start lifting the hips, pressing into our down dog. So you might need to adjust your hands and your feet, but make sure that you're spreading your fingers wide, wrist creases parallel with the front of the mat. Press into the hands, line the ears up with the arms. Press your sits bones back towards the back of your mat. Roll the thighs in. Take a moment to set it up, and then begin to pedal out the feet, walking your dog. And then coming back, we're gonna find some stillness in our dog. And then we're gonna walk our hands back towards the feet. Nice soft bend in the knees, drape the torso over the thighs and let the head hang heavy for ragdoll. Reaching for opposite elbows. Let's shake the head yes. And shake your head no. We'll sway from side to side. And then coming back to center, release your hands, and then start walking your hands back out, finding your downward facing dog. I'm going to switch directions on my mat. From here, we're going to inhale, roll forward into a high plank. Exhale, lift your hips, roll back. Inhaling, roll forward, high plank. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, roll forward, high plank. So we want to stack the shoulders over the wrists. Heels are pressing towards the back of the mat, drawing in through the core, neck nice and long. And we're going to settle back into the breath. Don't hold your breath when you're holding the pose. Two more breaths. From here, we're going to lower onto the knees. Look forward and lean forward. Wrap in through the arms. Slowly lower down. Release the toes. Good. From here, we're going to press into the mat. Inhale, lifting the chest, baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. Make sure you're pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. Press into the hands. Inhale, lift up, cobra. Exhaling, lower down. Inhale, lift up and hold. Again, don't hold through the breath. Take a nice little stretch in this back bend. Taking an inhale. Exhale, lower down. We'll curl the toes under. You can press up to the knees or you can press up to your plank. Lifting the hips, pressing back. Downward facing dog. Let's take a nice cleansing breath here. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Moving through some sunnays, we're going to bring the toes together to touch. Inhale up on your toes, bend your knees and look forward and step to the front of the mat. Inhale, bring the hands to shins, halfway lift. So you want to have a nice flat back here. Your sits bones are pressing back and you're drawing the heart forward. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, sweep your arms up, extended mountain. Exhale, pull the hands down through heart center, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, offering your heart. Exhale, we'll plant the hands, step back to your plank, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog or cobra. Exhaling back, downward facing dog. Taking a cleansing breath, take an inhale through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. Bringing your toes together to touch. Inhale, up on your toes, bend your knees, look forward, step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up. We're going to take the left hand to the right wrist and draw it over to the left. Nice side body stretch here. Inhale, back to center and switch. Exhale, take that left wrist, draw it over to the right. Inhale, your arms up, extended mountain. Exhaling, coming into our forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step or float back to your plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back, down dog. Bringing the toes to touch. Inhale up on the toes, bend the knees, step or float to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhaling, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up, extended mountain. Reach for the left wrist, draw it to the right. Inhale, center and switch. Exhale, left. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step or float back to your plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Taking a cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose. And then exhale through the mouth. One last sunnae. Inhale up on your toes, bend the knees, step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhaling, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Let's just take a back bend, opening the heart. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step or float back to your plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale it back, downward facing dog. Few breaths here. Settling in. On your next inhale, let's inhale your right leg up. Draw the right knee into the chest. Press through the hands, doming through the shoulders. Step your right foot through. Spin your left foot flat. Our feet are in two separate tracks here. And then we inhale your arms up, finding warrior one. So setting up the pose, making sure your hips are tracking forward, knees stacked over the ankle. Good. And then when you're ready, you can bring those arms up, melt through the shoulders. Again, finding that breath. Bringing the breath down into the belly. One more breath, inhale. And then we'll exhale, bring the hands down, step back to your plank, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back, down dog. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, bring that knee in, step the left foot through, right foot will spin flat. Inhale your arms up, finding your warrior one. Again, taking a moment, make sure those hips are tracking forward, your knees stacked over the ankle. Press into the knife edge of the back foot to activate that back leg. And then you can bring your arms up, settling into the breath. Taking an inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down, step back to your plank, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog or cobra. Exhale it back, downward facing dog. Bringing the toes to touch. Inhale, up on the toes, bend your knees, look forward, step or float to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhaling, fold. We'll sit our hips down and lift your arms for chair. So in chair pose, find where you're stable. For me, I'm fine with the feet together. If you need to have those feet slightly apart, that's cool too. We're going to draw in through the core. Arms are up or at heart center if that bothers your shoulders. But bring the weight into the heels so you can lift the toes and then place them back down. And then when you look, you should be able to see your toes. So you don't want your knees bent too far over the toes. Bring them back a little bit. Sit back through the hips. Few breaths here. Notice the energy that you're creating. One last breath. Inhale your arms up, extended mountain. Exhaling, forward fold. We're going to put a nice bend in your knees, and we're going to come to gorilla. So take the palms of the hands and slide them under the feet, and then draw the crown of the head down towards your mat, letting the elbows come out wide. Nice forward fold, low back release. Let's inhale, halfway lift, straighten out, nice stretch. Exhale, fold again. Shifting your gaze forward, carefully release the hands from the feet. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step or float back to your plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And then we're going to exhale and meet back in downward facing dog. This time when we come up, we are going to come up into a warrior two. And I'm going to shift directions on the mat again. So take a few moments to find your breath. On an inhale, let's inhale the right leg up. Exhale, step the right foot through. Spin the back foot flat. So we've got a heel arch alignment with the feet. You're going to lift the left arm up first, windmilling up, warrior two. So our knee is stacked over the ankle. Again, I'm engaging this back leg by pressing into the knife edge, lifting the arch of the foot. My arms are parallel with my mat. And then I'm going to come back and find my breath. From here, we're going to inhale, straighten the front leg, the palms touch. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lengthen, keep the palms together and turn your right toes so you're facing forward and bring your hands to your hips. So the sides of our feet are parallel with the mat. We're going to take a nice inhale and then exhale, draw the elbows towards each other, hinge at the hips, bringing the hands down to the mat for forward fold. So we're in a nice wide-legged forward fold, and you have options here. You can keep your hands underneath of you. If you want, you can take the peace fingers to the big toes and then really start drawing the crown of the head down. Finding your breath. If you have the peace fingers around the big toes, we're all going to meet with the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten the back. Exhale, fold. Bring the hands to the hips, draw the elbows in, soften through the knees, and we're going to meet back. All right. Let's turn the left toes towards the back of the mat. So now you're facing the back of the mat. We're going to bend into that left knee. Bring your arms out. Warrior two. Few breaths here. Take an inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down. Step back to your plank. Chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog or cobra. Exhale back. Downward facing dog. Moving to the other side, let's inhale the left leg up. Exhale, stepping that left foot through, our right foot spins flat. We lift the right arm up, finding our warrior two. So again, our hips are facing to the side wall, knees stacked over the ankle, pressing into the knife edge of the back leg. Arms come out parallel with the mat. Nice bend in the front knee. Finding the breath, refining the pose. Inhale, straighten the front legs, the palms touch. Exhale, lower. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower. Inhale, straighten and hold. Turn those left toes towards the front of the mat. Bring your hands to the hips. Take an inhale, and then draw the elbows in. Exhale, folding forward. Bring your hands underneath of the shoulders. We're going to add an element of a twist here. So you're going to bring your right hand to the left ankle or the calf, whatever accessible to you, and extend your left arm up. Gaze up at the ceiling. Don't forget to breathe. Bring the left hand down, release the right hand. We're back in our fold. Let's take the left hand to the right calf or shin and extend your right arm up. Gaze up at the right thumb. Bring your right hand down. We bring both hands under the shoulders. Press into the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhaling, fold. Bring the hands to the hips. Inhale, lifting up. Turn your right toes back to the front of the mat. Sinking down in, warrior two. Take an inhale, and on our exhale, we're gonna cartwheel down, step back to our plank, chaturanga, inhaling up dog or cobra, exhale back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale through the nose, and then exhale through the mouth. Inhale your right leg up, exhaling, step the right foot through, left foot flat. Lift that left arm up first. We're gonna find warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front legs, the palms touch. Turn your right toes towards the front of the mat, and then we'll exhale the hands to the hips. This time we're gonna come into goddess, so we need to walk those heels in one time, put a bend in the knees. So now our toes are facing the corners of the mat. We're gonna come to goddess arms. So we're gonna bring our right arm out, left arm crosses over, making an X. We'll wind up at the elbows and press the palms together. Knees are stacked over the ankle. And you can stay here, or we can add some dips to this. So you can take an inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift and hold. Unwind everything to a T. Turn your left toes towards the back of your mat. Sink down, warrior two. Take an inhale. Exhale, left forearm to the thigh. Bring that right arm up and over the ear. Extended side angle pose. So you want to make sure that your shoulders stacked over the elbow. Arm is coming over the ear. You can look up at the ceiling or in front of you, whichever feels best for your neck. Settling into the breath. Maybe turning your chest slightly upward. And then from here, let's inhale back. Reverse our warrior. Ah, nice. Back hand is down that back leg. Still a nice bend in that front knee. I know it's probably tired. Take an inhale. Exhale, we're gonna cartwheel our hands down. Step that left foot back into plank. Chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog or cobra. Exhale it back. Downward facing dog. Take an inhale through the nose. And then exhale through the mouth. Inhale our left leg up. Exhale, stepping the left foot through, right foot spins flat. We're gonna lift that right arm up first, coming in to our warrior two. I wish I could make the cool sound that Ann does, but I just don't. But I love it. Nice breath. Let's inhale, straighten the front legs, the palms touch. Turn those left toes in. Bring our hands to the hips on the exhale. Bring the heels in one time. Put a nice bend in the knees, coming to our squat. Left arm is first, right arm crosses over. Winding up at the elbows, coming into our eagle arms with the goddess legs. That has to be some sort of mythical creature, I would assume. All right, so again, you can stay here, or we can add the dips. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring the hands down. Inhale, lift. Exhaling, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift and hold. Unwinding to a T. Turn those right toes to the front of the mat. Bend your front knee, warrior two. Take an inhale. Exhale, right forearm to the thigh. Bring that left arm up and over the ear, coming into our side angle pose. Finding your breath. Make sure you're not dumping into the shoulder. If you want, you always have the option to bring the hand down. But you still want to turn that chest towards the ceiling a little bit. Left arm over the ear, opening up still through the side body. One more breath. Let's inhale back, reverse our warrior. Still keeping that bend in the front knee. Don't compromise the pose. Nice. Gaze up at the top hand. You can come to a little half bind here if you like. Take an inhale. Exhale, we'll cartwheel the hands down. Set back to your plank. Chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog or cobra. Exhale it back, down dog. Take an inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale, come forward into your plank. You can come down onto the knees, or you can slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Release the toes. We'll be coming into crocodile. So we're going to bring the forearms, stack them on top of each other, parallel to the top of the mat, and then bring your forehead down onto the forearms. And just take a moment to come back into that nice even breath that we started the practice with. Your breath might have come back up into the chest. Try to bring it back down into the belly so that when you inhale, the belly presses into the mat. And as you exhale, the belly goes towards the spine. Let's lift the head and the chest. We're going to leave that left forearm planted. Bend your right knee. We're going to come to half frog. So we're going to take that right arm. We're going to swing it around, catch the foot, draw the heel towards the glute, pressing into the forearm, lift the chest. If that quad is tight, you want to breathe into that to release that tension. Let's release the right foot. We're going to bring that right arm parallel to the front of the mat. Bend your left knee, swing the left arm around, catch the foot, drawing the heel towards the glute. Your left elbow should be pointing up towards the ceiling. Right forearm pressing into the mat. Again, finding the breath. Carefully release that left foot. Left forearm stacks onto the right. Go ahead and bring the forehead back down to the arms. Let's bend the knees and let's windshield wiper the legs. You can take this as slow or as fast as you like. Flex your feet. Maybe wind the ankles. Kind of wiggle it out a little bit. And then release the feet to the mat. Now we're going to come into Sphinx pose. So we're going to bring our forearms parallel to each other on the mat. Our feet are out towards the edges of the mat. It's a very active pose. So press the feet, the tops of the legs, the forearms into the mat. Draw the chest forward, gazes forward. Nice low back stretch. And if you like, you can bring your chin down to the chest. I think this probably feels really good if you spend a lot of time in screen time today or any time, just drawing the chin to the chest. Letting the breath release any tension. Let's bring the right ear to the right shoulder. Bring the chin back to center, and then take the left ear to the left shoulder. Bring the head back to neutral. Walk the hands back underneath the view. Curl the toes under. Press back to the knees. And then sit back onto the heels. Let's take a nice closed leg child's pose. So you can keep the arms out. Or you can bring the arms beside the body, palms facing up, forehead down on the mat. Just a nice little counter pose to that Sphinx. Finding the breath. And then when you're ready, we're all going to meet back in downward facing dog. So go ahead and find your dog. Maybe stretch it out a little bit. Maybe the heels touch back towards the mat a little bit more than they did at the beginning. Let's inhale your right leg up. Bend your knee and flex your foot, coming into three-legged dog, drawing that right heel towards the glute, opening your hip. Straighten the right leg, turn the toes down, draw the right knee into the ribs, dome, and then step the right foot through. We're going to bring the left knee down, walking the hands up, and then inhale your arms up, Anjane Asana. So if you're feeling a little unsteady, walk that foot over a little bit, widen your stance. Again, we're going to soften through the shoulders, lock in through your core. Take an inhale. Exhale, clasp the hands at the tailbone, and then inhale, open the chest, pressing the hands down towards the mat. Few breaths here. Releasing the hands, we're going to interlace the fingers to the top of the thigh, and we're going to press forward for a nice psoas stretch through this left psoas. So our knee is stacked over the ankle. Make sure it's not bent too far over. You are coming forward. It's okay if it's a little over, but try to keep it stacked. Again, finding our breath. Let's bring the hands down to the mat. Start walking them back. We're going to sit back towards that left heel, flex your right foot for half monkey, and then fold over that left shin. Finding your breath, flexing the toes. And then we're going to flow through that. So let's walk your hands forward, coming out into the psoas stretch. And then walk your hands back to half monkey. Inhaling, walking the hands forward. Exhale, take it back, half monkey. Inhale, walk the hands forward and hold. Curl the left toes under. We're going to pop that left knee up. You're going to bring your right hand inside of the foot and walk that foot all the way to the edge of your mat. Now we're meeting in lizard, which I know is everybody's favorite pose. So finding your lizard, keeping that right knee for now close to the shoulder. It's another one where you need to find that breath, using the breath to release the tension. And if you haven't done so already, you can drop that left knee down, release the toes, and move into dragon. We're going to leave the left hand planted. We're going to take the right hand and open that right hip just a little bit. You can come to the knife edge of the right foot if that's good for you. Again, using our breath, settling in. Let's bring the right hand down. Curl the left toes under, lift the left knee, walk that right foot back to the center of the mat. Step your right foot back, we're all in plank. Chaturanga, inhaling up dog or cobra. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Making our way to the other side, let's inhale the left leg up. Exhale, we're gonna bend the knee and flex the foot. Got lost. So open that hip, three-legged dog. Now we're gonna straighten the leg, turn the toes down, draw the left knee into the ribs, press and dome, step the left foot through. Our right knee's gonna come down. We're gonna walk up onto that left knee. So find your stability first. Maybe walk that left foot over. And then once you're there, let's inhale our arms up, settling down through the shoulders, finding our breath. Take an inhale. Exhale, clasp the hands. Inhale, open the chest. For 3, 2, 1. Releasing the hands, interlace the fingers to the top of that left thigh. Pressing forward for our psoas stretch. If you want to release that toe on the right side, this is your spot. Moving to our half monkey, let's bring the hands down. Start walking your hands back towards the knee, flex the left toes, and then fold over with a nice flat back over that left shin. And let's flow through that. So let's walk the hands forward, coming into our psoas stretch. Exhale, walk it back, half monkey. Inhale, come forward, psoas stretch. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, walk it forward and hold. Curl the right toes under and lift that back leg. The left hand's going to come inside of the left foot and walk the foot over, finding our lizard pose. And you can stay up on the hands. Of course, you always have the option to come down onto the forearms. And now we'll come into dragon. Let's drop the right knee down. Again, release the foot if you haven't. And you can stay here. You can take open lizard. We can bring that right hand to the left knee. Press it away, coming onto the knife edge of the foot. If you're in open lizard, go ahead and release it. Bring that left hand in. Curl the right toes under. Lift the right knee. Start walking that left foot back to center. And then we'll step our left foot back to our plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhaling back, downward facing dog. Last down dog of the practice, so let's take an inhale. And then exhale. Coming down onto the knees, sitting down on the heels and swinging the feet around. Let's meet in cobbler's pose. So finding our cobbler's pose, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Draw the heels in towards you. Interlace the fingers around the toes, pressing the knees down towards your mat. Take a nice inhale. Exhaling, fold forward. The elbows come out. Thinking inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold deeper. And then inhale, come up and take an exhale. And let's just add a heart opener here. I'm just going to turn to show you. So we still have cobbler's feet, but we're going to bring our hands behind us. Our fingertips are pointing towards our hips. Take an inhale, press the knees down, and then open the chest, dropping the head back. It's almost like a little bit of a fish pose. And then carefully release. Start bringing the chin up and then walk the hands up. Let's draw the knees together and extend your legs out long in front of us. Let's go ahead and we're going to bend that right foot so that it's on the inside of the left thigh, pressing your knee open. Let's take a nice big inhale, lift your arms up, and then exhale, fold over that left knee. You can reach for the calf, the shin, or the foot. But again, we want to think inhale, lengthen, exhaling, fold. Using our breath. Start walking the hands back in and lift up. Awesome. Let's come into half Florida fishes. We're going to bring that right foot to the outside of the left leg. Our right hand plants behind us. Inhale that left arm up. Exhale, wrap the arm around that right knee and twist to your right. Sitting up nice and tall. Lengthen through your spine. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Take an inhale. Exhale, gently bring the chin to the chest. Inhale the chin to neutral. Exhale, let's take the head back. Bringing the chin back to neutral. Let's shift our gaze back towards our feet, unwind, bring the right foot down. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So our left foot's going to come to the inside of the right thigh or the right calf, whichever is accessible for you. You're going to sit up nice and tall and take an inhale with the arms up and then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen over the leg. Exhaling, fold deeper. Flexing your right foot, nice active pose. Using your breath. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, release. Coming to half Florida fishes, let's take that left foot to the outside of the right thigh. Plant your left hand behind you, sit up nice and tall. Inhale your right arm up. Exhale, wrap that arm and twist to your left. Finding your breath. This time, let's take the chin and we're going to look over our right shoulder. Nice stretch. Inhale. Exhale, gently turn the chin and look over the left shoulder. Releasing the head back to neutral. Let's release that left leg and we'll just take a full staff pose. So sitting up nice and tall, flex the feet. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold over the thighs, reaching for the calves, the shins, or the feet. Thinking inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, we soften. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, release the hands to the mat. We're going to plant the feet, scoot the hips down towards the heels, gently lying back and coming all the way down to the mat. Let's go ahead and we'll do a series of bridge poses. So for bridge, we're going to crawl the heels towards the glutes. Our arms are beside us. Maybe come to robot arms so that you're supporting through those forearms or the tops of the arms.
jazz hands. Press through the feet. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press through the feet, lift the hips. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift and hold. You can keep the arms this way, or if you want to add that shoulder stretch, clasp the hands underneath the tailbone. Press through those feet. The chest is rising towards the chin. Keeping an even breath. Releasing the hands. Slowly lower the hips down to the mat. Bring your feet out to the edges of the mat. And we're going to drop the knees over to the left. And you're going to take your left foot and bring it on top of the right knee. You want to come to cactus arms here, you can. Go ahead and take that left foot off the top of the knee. Bring the knees back to center. Drop your knees over to the right. Take the right foot on top of the left knee, if that's accessible to you. I think Annie calls this windshield wiper with a brick on it. I love that. All right, let's go ahead and release that right foot. Bring the knees back to center, drawing the knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around the shins. Give yourself a nice big squeeze. Draw your forehead to the knees. Squeeze yourself tight. Take an inhale. Exhale, releasing into Shavasana. Taking a few moments, settling back into the mat. Our feet are towards the edges of the mat, arms beside you. Release any tension that you still might be holding from the practice. Release any tension you may be holding in your face. Relax the space between the eyebrows. Relax the jaw. Soften through the neck and through the shoulders. Bringing awareness to the elbows and to the wrists. Start folding the fingers in towards the palm. Give your hand just a little squeeze and then gently release those fingers, letting any tension in your hand flow out through the fingertips. Bring awareness back to the shoulders. Bring awareness to the heart center. Relaxing through the belly and through the hips. Softening through the upper legs. Softening the knees. Bringing awareness to your ankles and to your toes. Give your toes a little bit of a scrunch and then a wiggle.
releasing any tension you might be holding in the feet. Bringing awareness to the calves and the back of the thighs. Softening the low back into the mat. Softening again through the shoulders. Releasing the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Letting the eyes sink back into the head. Taking an inhale from the toes to the crown of the head. And then exhaling back down to the toes. Inhaling from the toes to the crown. Exhaling from the crown to the toes. Sinking into the stillness to relax and rest. You're welcome to stay in Shavasana for as long as you like because you're at home. But if you want, you can bring your awareness back to the room. Wiggle your fingers. Wiggle your toes. Take a full body stretch. Extend your arms overhead and press your feet towards the top of your mat. Take a nice inhale. And then exhale. Drawing your knees in towards you and gently rolling onto your right side. Cradling your head in your right arm. And just take a moment here to acknowledge your practice, to thank yourself for stopping whatever you were doing in your day, spending some time on yourself, a little self-love, and then reflecting back on our affirmation of patience. Patience is my power. I am patient, I am calm, I am forgiving. I take a deep breath and I trust that everything will work out in divine timing. I am patient. I think it's easier to be patient when we've got things like yoga, something that's a constant in our life, to turn to and to take comfort in. So when you're ready, press up to a seated position. We'll bring our hands to heart center, eyes softly closed. Thank you so much for sharing some of your afternoon with me. I appreciate you bearing with me during my first Zoom call. Travel light, live light, spread the light, and be the light. We bring our thumbs to our third eye, our center of our tuition, and together we bow our heads and say, Namaste. Thank you, everybody.